eat, sleep, farm, repeat. Eat, sleep, farm, repeat. Eat, sleep, farm, repeat. Let's go.
Hey guys, so as usual, some of what you'll hear on this episode are our personal views, and you should do your own research if you are interested in volunteering at Planet Costa Rica also. For more info, please visit planetcostarica.com.
In this episode, we will let you know about the general work details of this place, introduce the amazing animals we work for, and we will take you through our daily work routine.
Yeah, so work in general, first of all. So we basically work 6 hours a day, 5 days a week. We start work at 6 o'clock and finish around like 12. So yeah, this is like 12:30. We start lunch. Days off, so day of arrival is your first day off, and you start work the next day, and after 5 days it is 2 days off from there, which is pretty cool. Our first place with 2 days off.
Yeah, so let's get to the most exciting part, the animals.
Yeah.
We're gonna go through each and every animal so you get a rough idea of what we're dealing with here.
Yeah, we also group them a little bit so you can remember
Yeah.
them a little bit better.
So we're going to start off with the dogs, and we're going to start off with the 3 small dogs. So there's Freddie, and he's very sweet, very cute, very small. He's like a little...
Very small.
Yeah, like a tiny little lap dog, kind of like...
He's a poodle, right? Yeah.
I don't know if he is a poodle, but he's got like curly hair, and he's very sweet. So he was found begging at a bus stop shelter. He was infested with parasites. He was very bitey because people would like kick him away and stuff when he was begging for food. And you would not know that they're the same dogs now because he is so cute and so loving, and he gets super excited every time he sees you. He like jumps up and makes squeaking sounds, and yeah, and like where we are, we're based up at the house, and like whenever we open the door, him and Indica are there, and they're like, oh my god, you're there. And then like if we go down to the cafe, they'll like escort us down. They'll like follow us everywhere. They're so cute.
So yeah, what about Indica then?
Yeah, and Indica is also a very small dog, and she is got 3 legs. She kind of looks like a Jack Russell.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah, and she's got 3 legs.
Like a pure one. Yeah.
She's very sweet. Like she gets really excited and like will like nip you and stuff like that. She's super cute. And she was dropped off at the farm's gate with a mangled like leg. She got hit by a car or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how she got her 3 legs.
And she loves to be scratched by you on the side. She can't scratch because,
Yeah.
that's just her thing.
Yeah, she's so sweet, and she's like tanned and black, and she's very pretty. Yeah. And then there's Levi, the other small dog, and he was dropped off with like another bunch of puppies one time, and he was like the runt of the litter. He's like very small, like very bony. He's like 8 months now, and he's still like tiny.
He's like a little rat.
Yeah, he's very cute, like, and he loves cuddles, and I think he's gonna be a lap dog.
He's really like black, like dark.
Oh yeah, jet
dark,
black.
yeah.
Jet black, yeah, and he's got a very irritating bark.
Yeah, he's like.
Yeah. But other than that, he's super cute.
Next up, we have the 3 pit bulls here. Well, they are not all like pure pit bulls, but there is some pit bull in them somewhere along the line. So first up is Chancho. He's like such a sweet dog. He's like, I think, the oldest dog here. He's around like 15, and yeah, we call him the dog killer because he can't, when we go for walks and stuff, he can't be with next to other dogs, otherwise he would just go mental at them. But with people, he's so sweet and nice.
Yeah.
He was actually abandoned along the road in the banana fields where he was waiting for days for his owner to come back, which is really sad. He was like really obese, so they fix him up on the farm, and yeah, he goes on walks for like several hours now.
Yeah,
it's really good.
And he's so sweet and like loving to humans. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, we have to keep him in a dog pen separate because he'll just like kill all the other dogs.
Yeah. Next up is Raja.
Oh, she's so sweet.
Yeah, she's this like gray little thing. Like she's really
she's
nice.
so pretty.
Yeah. So she was found walking down the road looking like a skeleton, really, and she still has like problems to put on weight, but it's a little bit better. And her skin was also in a very bad condition, which we keep treating. We keep giving her baths and stuff. Like, she's doing well though.
Yeah.
And the third out of these 3 is Yasira. She's amazing. She's the biggest out of them. and she's so sweet actually. Like, you know, she's up at the house like every time we open the door as well, and she's so excited to see you. So yeah, she was also injured by being run over by a tractor actually, and she had a high fever and was barely conscious, and her owners wanted to shoot her so she got fixed up and rehabilitated on the farm, which is really nice.
Oh my goodness.
And
yeah, she's very, very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
She's very beautiful as well. Like every time you like look at her, you're like, wow, you're such a pretty
She has
dog.
nice features.
Yeah, she's very beautiful. Yeah, and then next up we've got categorized as the cuties. So Kendall is she's usually always paired up with Yasira. So Kendall, I don't know how to explain Kendall. She's like a very sweet, loving dog. Like
a middle-sized.
She loves walks. Like she doesn't pull on the lead. Like she's really good.
She's always like behind Yasira. She's like her like younger sister or something.
Yeah. And Kendall, someone cut a hole in the fence and put her through as a 3-week-old puppy.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that Kendall and Yasira are always paired up together, they're usually in a dog pen during the day, is because they're chicken killers.
Yeah.
So they can't run around on the farm loose because they'll even go next door and kill the next door neighbor's chickens, which is a real shame. So
we need to keep an eye on them, yeah.
Yeah, and other than that, they're like totally fine. They're really, really lovely dogs.
Kendall also likes to eat some shit.
Yeah, that is something I don't enjoy watching, yeah. And then next up we've got Lenteja, and she was dropped off at the gate as a pup. And Lenteja is so cute. I call her like a bat dog because she's like this beige dog, and she's got these really big ears and they point up, and she gets really excited when she sees you, and like, yeah, like all the dogs, they all get excited when they see you. And like when you're giving them attention, like you'll be stroking and giving bozies to one dog, and then another dog will see you, and then they'll like come over and like nuzzle in and like try and push the other dog out the way.
But Lente has got this like weird thing about her. She's like a little bit dodgy, you know, like you can see she's like got this like weird kind of sparkle in her eye, don't you think?
Yeah, I don't know, she's super cute. Yeah, she's really grown on me. Like if I just met her once, I would have been like, yeah, it was a nice dog, but now I'm like, oh, she's so sweet. Yeah, and then finally we've got Mousy. So Mousy was found like scavenging. She was found scavenging for food in the middle of the road, and she was 6 weeks old, and she was most likely dropped off there. And Mousy is beautiful. She's this like white dog. She's got this really thick coat. She's like super quiet, like barely ever barks. She's never like there at meal times like wanting her food and being annoying. She's like very independent, and she like escapes from the farm and will like just sit outside the gates and stuff.
She's
like
really clever.
Yeah, and she'll like whenever we go to the shop, it's like, where's Mousy? Because you know she's gonna follow you, and if she's not about, you're like, oh, it's fine, we can go, and then she'll just like appear, and you're like, damn it, Mousy's following us. But yeah, she's really good like off the lead, but
she looks really healthy as well.
She's very healthy, and she's like super cute, and like she'll get really playful with the other dogs, and yeah, she's just I really like her.
So the next group we put together, we call the oddballs, right? So there's only 2 dogs there, and the first one is Bowser. Oh my god, Bowser, I don't even know how to describe him. So he's like really sweet, yeah. He's a little bit depressed.
Yeah.
He keeps like kind of like doing like the sound like,
yeah.
You know, he's always hooked up, otherwise he would be just running to this like nearby shop where he would be like peeing on like the products in the store and stuff.
He will, and he also attacks other dogs like outside the farm, so we can't let him like loose. It's sad.
Yeah, so I call him the Clint Eastwood of the dogs here because he's like super old. He's got like patches on his skin.
He's got a skin condition.
Yeah, of missing fur and stuff. So he looks really rough. Like he looks like he's had a like really rough life.
Yeah, and then his like mouth, like his skin around his lip, like at one side he's got like excess skin. Yeah. It's like, this dog.
Yeah, so he was apparently taken off the streets of Portoviejo and by another organization. So I'm not actually sure how he ended up here, but he's such an interesting dog, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have Peluche. We got Peluche here when we are actually here on the farm.
Yeah, only like a few days, right?
Yeah, so she was... whoa, like also hit by a car or something?
She was found limping down the street, and she's severely underweight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
She's like a teddy bear of a dog,
oh,
but
she
still
is.
quite skinny. She, we tried to kind of bulk her out, but yeah, she was very wary of people initially, and now she's becoming more kind of
Yeah,
accustomed
so
to
it's
us.
kind of
Yeah.
like she's never had like human attention or
Yeah.
affection. So she would just be food orientated all the time. Like if she saw you with food in your hand, she would just jump up and bite it, and like, she would fight you for it type thing.
Yeah, she
And
was very aggressive around food, yeah, so we had to kind of handle that with not letting her into the kitchen and stuff like that.
yeah, and now she's much better. Like she'll like come over when she sees the other dogs getting cuddles. She'll like come over and nuzzle her head in. Like she likes to get bozies now. She loves to get groomed, and it's like she's just experiencing all these things for the first time, and it's really like crazy to see. Like,
And
this
it's nice
is like
to
an
see the
adult
change,
dog.
right?
Yeah, we've totally seen a change, and she's even like mellowed with the food. And yeah, before, like if you went to try and take her food bowl away, she would just like snap at you. Like now she just kind of like lifts her lip a little bit instead, which is like a huge improvement.
And she's got this really weird thing. Initially, when she tried to get friendly with the other dogs, she would just stand there and bark at them.
Yeah, like
But
I
not
don't
in
know.
like a bad way. I don't know. It was
Yeah,
really
there
strange.
might be something wrong with her, like slightly.
Yeah.
She might be slightly slow or something, but she's super cute.
Yeah.
Since we've been here, one dog has been adopted, and that was Cora, and she was beautiful. She was like this big, beautiful dog, and she has one blue eye, one
Brown.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
really, honestly, like gorgeous dog. And yeah, one of the girls from here like took her.
That happens a lot apparently at the
Yeah,
farm.
because like all the dogs are here up for adoption except from Freddie and Indica. They're Alan and Patty's dogs now. So yeah, and the cats. We've got 3 cats here. I totally love them. So first off, we've got Archie, and Archie is amazing. He's this ginger and white cat, and he's so loving and affectionate. You can like pick him up, like throw him over your shoulder, and he'll just happily like, be there purring, and he's so cute. Yeah, he's like the perfect cat, and he like sleeps outside, and he's always like there in the morning, and he'll like come to you if he wants attention, and it's just always nice to hear him. Like he's so sweet. And he was found in a field. Like I don't know who wouldn't want him, but they're crazy.
Yeah, he was a little bit crazier before he got castrated, but like now
Yeah.
he's so mellow. He's
Yeah, like because
insane.
he like one of his negative things is he loves food. So when you're trying to prepare food in the kitchen, like he's just harassing you all the time. He loves papaya, he loves avocado. He's just a crazy cat. So you've got to put him outside, which is a bit frustrating. But yeah, other than that, he's like a dream. And then there's also Sophia, and she lives up at the house. So we looked after her for how long? Like
Yeah, like over a
maybe
month.
6 weeks or
Yeah.
something. We had Sophia, and she's lovely. Like I like her. She's feisty. She's like really sassy. She's like
She could be a bitch.
yeah, she's very independent. She like, doesn't need your affection. She'll like come over to you though, and like yeah, she like demands it, and then after you stroke her for a couple of times, she like then turns around and bites you. And it was just really nice to like have a cat again. Like I really liked her.
Yeah, it's just her catlet stank a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit too
that's
much.
true.
When she went to the toilet, it was sometimes yeah, it was an experience, let's say
Yeah.
that.
And then the newest member to the family is we found this little kitten. So what happened, Jiri?
Well, I was on the walk with Chancho, yeah, on the road, and then I was at this fence of this other farm, and this kitten just jumps out of the
Farm.
bush, yeah, and basically just starts following me, like locks eyes at me and just like
Yeah,
like,
and you were trying to deter
I was
it,
trying
right?
to deter it because I thought it was from that farm.
Yeah.
And I was trying to scare it. Also, I had Chancho, so I didn't know how he was with cats, and
Yeah.
he would hurt any dog, so I wasn't sure. He would just one bite, and it would be the end of this, So I was trying to scare it, and it would just follow me, and
So yeah.
crazy kitten, right?
So this is like half a mile, right?
Yeah. So I got to the farm, and
You
I
run
closed the
in.
door and everything, and the kitten somehow got into the
Yeah,
farm
'cause-
through the gate and started just walking in
Yeah,
and
because
like meowing.
you came in and was like, Laurie, there's this kitten, it followed me, and I was like, oh, I'll go out to the gate and return it to the farm.
Yeah.
And as soon as I went out, this little tiny kitten's running towards me. And I was like, oh my god, it's in the farm. Like, how did it even get in?
Yeah.
So I get it, and then I take it back to the farm, which we thought it was from, and the owner there was like, no, it's not mine. And we were like, okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
we were like, we'll take it back. And this kitten's like 6 to 8 weeks, right?
Yeah.
It's so cute. And it's like a baby Archie. So, you know, the first cat that's like super loving, super affectionate. That, but in a 6 to 8 week kitten. It's
Yeah.
like amazing. Yeah.
Plus super needy at the moment. Obviously, it needs still its mom.
Yeah.
So you know, it just meows at you if you're like out working and you come into the room. It's like giving you shit, you know, like like you left
Yeah.
me, you know, kind
It's
of thing.
so cute. And like, I think it's really good during the nights. Like, Yuri's not coping that well. He's having a few sleepless like hours, but like the kitten will sleep underneath the covers with you for like hours, and it'll just get up, go to the toilet and stuff, come back, and Yuri bitches
Walks over your head.
Yeah, because it like walks
and
on
wakes you
Yuri
up.
and purrs. He's like, that fucking cat woke me up again. It's like, it's so good. He doesn't know how
Yeah,
good
it's
this
just like
kitten is.
you get a broken sleep quite a bit throughout the night, but
That's true.
that's
You're
how
getting
we-
woken up by cars, the dog's barking, and
Yeah,
now we've
so-
got like a kitten. Yeah.
that's how it goes.
So
yeah.
because we got the kitten, we then had to put Sophia back to through to Alan.
But yeah, Sophia was losing it. She just saw the kitten and started like hissing and
Yeah, she was growling all the time. Really didn't like it.
yeah, just like sitting like in a corner of the bed, being like.
Yeah, we didn't want to stress her out.
So but wait, what name do we have for this kitten?
Yeah, so I don't know. We're thinking
Yeah.
either Neil or Elijah,
Yeah, I think Elijah is better.
but I don't know. Like,
But we don't know the gender yet, so
I
it's so
know.
small. Yeah.
yeah.
So the next group of animals is the piggies, right? So we have 2 pigs on the farm. The first one is Peppo, and he's this like small, really cute pig. Like, you know, so cute.
Like Babe from the movie.
Yeah, and he's really sweet and just, you know, he wants like scratched and like just
Cuddles.
yeah. He was rescued by a group of people in San Jose. So yeah, and he's loving life. Pretty awesome little pig. And then in the next pig pen there is Gambe, and he's like massive, yeah, in comparison. And he's basically just like, I don't know, he's crazy, I think. He just loves food so much, yeah. He would like jump up on this wall like when you
Yeah, this
get
wall
food.
is massive. It's
Yeah.
like what?
It's like the
A
height
meter,
of you,
like
yeah.
a meter and a half maybe tall, and he can jump up and put his feet on the top and look over. That's how big this pig
Yeah.
is.
So we need to be careful with him when we are giving him food and stuff like that. He was rescued as he needed like medical attention and had a massive hernia on his stomach, and 2 surgeries fixed it. He also apparently got fixed up, but the vet thought he was like a girl pig and
Yeah, so
messed up his like urethra and stuff while
Yeah.
doing it. So he's got this like sac thing, and when he
Yeah,
pees,
he-
it fills up, and it's like, oh my god, it's
Yeah,
such
he's
a
got trouble peeing.
poor
Yeah.
pig, yeah, like seriously.
And then we've got the superstars. So one of those is Palomo, and he is a gorgeous white horse. He is a retired workhorse, and he's super sweet, super loving. Nobody rides him. He is here to be retired as well now. So
And
he
it's
just
amazing.
yeah, he just roams around eating all the food, and we'll like give him snacks. And yeah, and apparently though, when he first came, like he didn't want any human interaction, like he didn't care about anyone, he would never like seek attention. And now, yeah, you just like go out and say Palomo, and he'll like do his little horse neigh thing, and then like come over to you. He's so good, and he's like, what's going on, you know, what have you got? And yeah, he's cute.
It's serious. It's like some magic, yeah. You wake up in the morning and you like shout Palomo, and this beautiful white horse just like starts running towards you.
Yeah,
It's
he
absolutely
gets
magical.
so excited.
Yeah. So the next one on the superstars list is Goaty. So as the name kind of suggests, he's a goat. He's a male goat, so you can imagine what that entails. And
Yeah, big balls.
big balls hanging, and yeah, he's Goaty. Yeah,
He's a character. So he's changed. He's changed since we've been here. So before he would be very sweet, You know, you would just give him
He'd be just quieter.
yeah, like a couple of scratches, you know, he wasn't really any trouble. But now it's like a whole different game. It's like he's in goat mating season, he's looking for a female, and he will try anyone or anything. So there's 11 dogs. They're all targets.
Yeah.
So he will approach them. He does this thing where he pees on his beard because apparently that's like what attracts female goats. And then he'll like go up to the dogs and like do all this weird stuff, and the dogs
Like he starts flipping his tongue around. And
yeah, it's like very disturbing to watch. And yeah. And he'll even he pees on us. It's crazy.
We love him though. Like
yeah, you've got to chase him away with water sometimes.
I remember one time I was like walking about on the farm and I saw him. I was like, Goaty, hey man, Goaty. And I was just talking to him and he's like, meh. He's got like this very like girly voice. You know? It's so funny. Yeah, he would follow you on dog walks and stuff.
Yeah, he follows us all the way to the river. Like, he's totally changed now.
So, there's the dogs.
Yeah, you can hear that. Like, yeah.
Indica and Freddy. So, actually, how he got here, men from a neighborhood village called and asked if they could care for his goat. And, yeah, they took him.
That's how we have Goaty, yeah.
He's amazing.
We need a female goat. If anyone has one, ship it our way.
Yeah, please, here.
And finally, there is one deceased animal, and that is Magali, which was a chicken that was here, and she was very sweet, very bolshy, very brave. Like, she would go up to the dogs while they were feeding and eat out of their bowls, and the dogs would be growling and like snapping at her, and she would just like peck them. Like, she would start fights with them, being like, no. Like, she would be like, I'm not moving and stuff. Like, she was crazy. And yeah, and it's so weird. Like, there was only one chicken here, but you really missed her since she like left. Like, you know, you'd think like, oh, it's not like a big deal, it's a chicken, but like it affected everything, because like if you had like leftover anything, like a little bit of rice, or if something fell on the floor, you'd be like, it's fine, Magali will get it. And now it's not. And yeah, and it was just like totally different after she passed away.
Yeah.
So we're not too sure of the cause of like how she died, but one evening I came out and went down to the cafe, and the new dog, Peluche, had this big white thing in her mouth. And I was like, oh my God, I dropped all my stuff, ran over, and yeah, it was Magali, and she already looked dead. So I had to like then go get food to coax Peluche away from her, because she would, you know, Peluche would just attack me. And then she like dropped the chicken, went for the banana, so I hooked her up, and then yeah, Magali was dead. So, but she was acting very strange that day, like very unusual for
she
her
might have
character.
just died by like, you know,
yeah, and then
causes.
Peluche took a hold of her. But yeah, it was a very sad day. Like, I was really sad. Okay, so the morning routines.
Yeah.
What's the first thing?
So, well, the first thing, there's 3 things that happen at once. One of them is the picks. So what do you need to do? You know, 6 o'clock, you just go there, you feed the pigs, and then you need to clean like all the floors after them, you know, pick up all the like old stuff from last time, like, you know, the greens, for example. And yeah, that's
disinfect the walls. There's like a spray, you like change out their water, you give them lots of cuddles.
Yeah, and you need to also inspect them for any injuries, or if they have any, you know, any problems. You can refill the hay if you want, and or if we have some. And you know, when you're giving them the food, you need to always inspect like what fruits and vegetables need to be used first and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And also, when you first get to the pig house, as we call it, you would open this gate, and Goldie would usually be there overnight. So you would release Goldie, so he's like, meh, you know, so he just goes into the fields, and you know, you can start your thing. So it's really cool. That's my favorite thing to do here.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, it's really relaxing. I like to put some podcasts on and just like work away, and like, you know, cleaning the whole thing is really relaxing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the other tasks is food prep. So we need to cook the dog's food every day, and what we do is we soak rice and beans like the night before, and then we cook it the next day. So in the morning, like there's like 8 cups of rice that gets cooked, and then there's either like lentils, chickpeas, or like black or red beans that you would cook, and each day you change it up so the dogs are getting different nutrients every day. And then you would like cut up 3 chayote, like 3 carrots, like 2 peppers, and then you put some greens in, and you put
Beetroot.
beetroot in, yeah, and you put heaps of stuff and you just blend that, and then once everything's cooked you like mix it in, and we add in some grain as well to bulk it up, and we add like flaxseed, and the dogs love it. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely love it, and it's so cool. So yeah, we do that, and then whoever's doing the dog food also prepares the human food in the morning, which is we have oats, we have fruit, and yeah, you just set the table and dish out the dog food. Yeah, it's one of my favorite jobs to do here. I like it. Yeah.
So yeah, and the last thing that happens all at once in the morning is the dog walking. So it's pretty straightforward. You grab the dogs that get along, and you take them up to the river. So you walk through this like amazing path up to the hill, and it leads to the river. So you would take you see Ryan Kendall, Raja and Bowser, and then you would take Chancho as well. And it's just an amazing walk. It's really nice. You could take them like across this river, and they go in there like to play in the water, and it's really nice for them to just like be in that environment. They sniff around everywhere.
Yeah,
And
they like to eat the grass there.
Yeah, it's
And
really
all
cool.
those like morning tasks take about like an hour and 15 minutes
Yeah.
each. So you would just like split up and do those tasks, and then we'd meet for breakfast.
We all gather in the kitchen and like help each other if there's anything to do. So that's for the morning routine. With the fix
with the fix.
with the pigs, actually what you do later on as well, you can get some greens for them. So you would just go into behind the house here, and you would just get all the like weeds out, and give that to them for like I don't know, 10:30 or something, and then you could also give them some grains for lunch.
Yeah.
So yeah, they eat a lot.
And so like after breakfast, then we would start doing some special projects. So sometimes we get to go on hikes with the dogs, which are absolutely stunning. We get to wash dogs.
Yeah.
We have to
If they have any
like
skin
wash
issues.
goatee. Yeah, like we've got to do treatment. So like, one of the dogs just now has an ear infection, another one's got like a skin condition, so we need to treat that. Some of them might have fleas, so we deal with that. De-weeding, planting things, like basically whatever the owners want us to do, we do it.
Yeah, there's like, we also built like a new bed for the pigs, which was really cool project. Me and Alan did, like a lot of woodwork and stuff like that, so it was cool. We rebuilt the Chancho's house as well, with a new roof and stuff. And it was amazing, the techniques, like, Alan would show me just using wires instead of, like maybe, I don't know, using nails or using screws and stuff like that. It was really cool. Or we would remove torsolos, which was one of the like projects.
Yeah,
it was
it's like
really
a
bad.
worm. Yeah, it's like a worm that lives inside the dogs. They like create a hole. It's like a fly plants the eggs there, and then it like grows inside, and you've got to like squeeze them out. It's horrible.
Yeah, it looks really bad. Yeah. We also did some defleeing of dog kennels and dogs, and yeah, Laurie already mentioned washing goatee, so there was an experience on its own. I think he fell in love with me a little bit after that, so he was following me around. And also, they get some contractors time to time to do things we cannot, and we would kind of help out as well, like, I don't know, there's, to mention a few things, gate building, door building, cutting down a tree, building an extension for a pig enclosure and stuff like that. So you get a lot of experience.
Yeah. And there's some extra experiences that we're going to tell you guys about. So outside the regular routine and care for the animals, there have been some other events that we can tell you about. For a laugh, of course.
First one was the ant infestation, which is not really an ant infestation, but one afternoon...
it is an infestation.
Okay. I went to have a nap, right? And I don't know, maybe 10 minutes in my nap,
No,
Laurie wakes me up, freaking out. And she's like, Jiri, there's ants, right?
Yeah, I was like, we've got an ant problem. We need to deal with this.
Problem, yeah. So the owners weren't at the farm at that time, so we didn't know what to do. But basically what happens is this colony of traveling ants get into your house and find all the like bugs and cockroaches or whatever, and they take it out and they like leave in like 3 hours.
Yeah,
However,
but we didn't know this, right? So imagine you're in a fucking room and there's like thousands of big,
They're big.
red ants. Like they're like red ants, but they're black. Like, but you know, the size of them.
Yeah.
And they're everywhere and they're inside the door. They're in our room. They're in our stuff. And I'm freaking out, right? And I'm like, and we're hosing them away for like over an hour. And they just keep coming. They don't care. I'm like, these ants are stupid. What are they doing? So I'm like hosing them off the patio and getting them away from our room and stuff. And then after like an hour and 15 minutes, I notice that their ants are going in the front door of Alan and Patty's house, and that there's a trail of ants going the entire way around the building.
They were everywhere.
Right? And I went, oh my God, Jiri. Like Jiri looked at me and he went, go barricade our door because our bedroom is latched onto their house.
Yeah.
We come inside, open the door, and we're like, it's too late.
They're
everywhere. They're everywhere. And I'm like nearly breaking down in tears. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm so upset and like creeped out. There's like ants all over me. I'm honestly on the edge.
At that point, I remember this documentary I saw like some time ago about Australia when they have this problem, like not a problem, but basically ants just go through the land and like get into the houses and stuff. And I'm like, I bet this is the same thing. So we just left them be. I was like, let's go to have dinner and come back. And yeah, we did. After like an hour, they started disappearing and eventually they were gone. Yeah, but it was so scary.
It was so scary. Like, if someone told me, like, in advance, like, look, this is gonna happen, you just like evacuate and leave and return in a few hours, like, don't waste emotional energy or like time on it. It's gonna be fine. But yeah, so that was really like a horrible experience. The next thing was, obviously there's cockroaches here, and to be honest, I'm fine with them. I can coexist with them. I know where they are. They're behind mirrors. They're in anything dark.
Like picture frames and things.
Like they don't come out during the day. It's only in the evening. And we pulled our bed away from the wall so they don't like come on us, and it's fine, right? No, it's not fine. I've had 2 cockroaches. I've been woken up during the night. One landed on my face. My face. I like woke up, threw off and freaked out. The second time was I woke up with one crawling on my hand. Mm-hmm. And Yiri's like...
I woke up as well with one on my hand, by the way. Yeah.
No, it's it's horrible. No. Yeah. It feels like you're being violated. It's like you had an agreement, they broke it, and now you're extremely pissed off with them. Yeah. I was like, don't do that. Because like now I'm comfortable with them. Like, I don't freak out if I see them, or even if they're like really close to me, I'm like, it's fine.
They're just so quick though.
But at nighttime, I'm like, no, not in bed. Like, that's my safe space.
One time I went to the kitchen in the evening, and it was kind of like later than we would usually go there. And I'm not kidding. All the walls and everything was crawling with cockroaches. It was like some horror scene or something. It was pretty intense, yeah. So, and one of the last extra experiences we can mention here is there was a power cut by a fallen tree.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was crazy because also the owners weren't here. So they got their friends to kind of come in the evening to fix it up. And
yeah, it was like, oh, the power's not working, what's going on? And then like another volunteer's like, oh, I think I heard a tree fall. And I'm like, what? Like, there was no wind, no like rainstorm, nothing. We were like, why did this tree just collapse? Yeah, so that was fun.
Yeah, so overall, as the work on the farm goes, we love all the animals, however, it's not all just roses and sunshine, if that's an expression at all. We've been facing some challenges, which we'll talk about in more detail in our conclusion episode, which will be the episode 17.
Yeah. Okay, so special thanks and shout out goes to the amazing animals we've mentioned in this episode. We fell in love with them for sure.
Yeah, does this apply to even the roaches and ants?
Hell no.
Okay. If you'd like to connect with us, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram by searching Laurie and Jiri Go Wild. We'll be releasing pictures and updates about our travels there. Yeah, if you have any questions, suggestions, or would like to just say hi, you can personal message us through our Facebook page or by email at ljgowild@gmail.com.
So this is it, guys. Have a lovely day wherever and whenever you are. Stay inspired, happy, and wild. Much love, guys.
Bye.
Bye.